Alright, hey everybody, welcome back. We are picking up just where we left off at this cave. I did sleep a little bit, so it's morning now, we can see. And I believe our character here, Lirreno Randevi, is going to be making his way to... Oh, Lord. He's going to be making his way to Balmora. So, at least from my understanding, is we gotta follow this here road up to the northeast. And we'll find ourselves eventually a Pelagiad? Pelagiad. Oh, is that Pelagiad right there? Oh, that's way closer than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be some long trip and I was going to be lost and confused. So that's what everybody describes this game as. War chest. Money. That's nice. Mud crabs down there. Lovely creatures they are. Can't harvest the hanging moss like in future games. Some Bungler's Day. Bungler's Bane. Alright, is this Pelagiad? Is this the fort? Oh no, this is an outpost. Okay. Move along. Alright, whatever. This should be fine to go into. Yeah, what's in here? I'm Ramin. Welcome to Satanine, gateway to Morrowind. Are you looking for someone in particular, or do you need a little advice? Oh. Yeah, I have moon sugar on me, don't I? Forgot about that.
Anytime you're ready. Just don't keep me waiting.
So I'm gonna go out here, and nobody's gonna see me. I'm gonna be in this corner here. I can't tell if how I'm sneaking. Let's see. So we got UI expansion. Let's roll on. Tooltips. Alright, I don't know. Or maybe it's here. Enable sneak indicator. So I'm like over here. Does it change at all? I can't tell if people can see me or not. Whatever. Cool. So we're just gonna get down over here. And I'm gonna hide in this corner. You can't see me, Miss Guard. Don't even say you can. I have some skooma, don't I? Skooma? Skooma can go right there. Moon sugar. Where is the moon sugar? Right there. Okay, you didn't see anything. Oh lord, I'm stuck. There we go. Right? Yeah. No bounty? Nope.
Yes, friend.
I'm gonna come in here and... That's a cool helmet. Restore fatigue. Dragon skill helmet. Alright, ask your question. Anything to trade? She's got some swords. Do you have a better spear, mind you? Steel saber, long sword. I'm not seeing one, no. So rude. Silver crossbow, though. Expensive shirt. Expensive robe. What items do you have, though? Mercen helm. Restore fatigue. Mercen cuirass. Restore fatigue. Fiery helm. Fire shield. Feather shield. I don't have a helmet yet, too. Brown dragon scale helm. Bug shell hat. Look at that hat. Telvanni mole crab helm. That thing's huge. Heard the Telvanni like their clothes extra big. Expensive shoes. Those expensive shoes. Expensive skirt. What else do we got here? 6 barrier. Lesser domination. Salt rice. Wheat. Alright, well let's get rid of some stuff then. Let's see, what do I have? We got the steel claymore, let's get rid of that. Iron saber, let's get rid of that. common shoes. Very much leather, pauldron leather. Yeah. I think that's everything I want to give her for now. Let's see if I can get 80. Nice. I don't know how much the barter skill works or anything like that, but I just prefer not to do bite off more than I can chew.
Okay, I'm listening.
You are listening, huh? Alright. Satanine Outpost. What do we got going on in here? There's another guard. Ancestors of the Dunmer. There's a lot of pages. You know, I don't know about the ancestors, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a shot. Going to read it. If you want to skip forward, go ahead. Let's try this. Let's get a sip of water first. Ghosts walk among them. The departed spirits of the Dunmer, and perhaps of all races, persist after death. The knowledge and power of the departed ancestors benefits the bloodlines of Dunmer houses. The bond between the living family members and the immortal ancestors is partly blood, partly ritual, partly volitional. A member brought into the house through marriage binds himself through ritual and oath into the clan and gains communication and benefits from the clan's ancestors. However, his access to the ancestors is less than his offspring, and he retains some access to the ancestors of his own bloodline. The family shrine. Each residence has a family shrine. In poorer homes, it may not be more than a hearth or an alcove where family relics are displayed and venerated. In wealthy homes, a room is set aside for the use of the ancestors. This shrine is called the Waiting Door and represents the door to Oblivion. Here, the family members pay their respects to their ancestors through sacrifice and prayer, through oaths sworn upon duties, and through reports on the affairs of the family. In return, the family may receive information, training, and blessings from the family's ancestors. The ancestors are thus the protectors of the home, and especially the precincts of the Waiting Door, the Ghost Fence. It is a family's most solemn duty to make sure their ancestors' remains are interred properly in a city of the dead such as Necrom. Here the spirits draw comfort from one another against the chill of the mortal world. However, as a sign of great honor and sacrifice, an ancestor may grant that part of his remains be retained to serve as part of the Ghost Fence, protecting the clan's shrine and family precincts. Such an arrangement is often part of the family member's will, that a knucklebone shall be saved out of his remains and incorporated with solemn magic and ceremony into a clan Ghost Fence. In more exceptional cases, the entire skeleton or even preserved corpse may be bound into a Ghost Fence. These remains become a beacon of focus for ancestral spirits and for the spirit of the remains in particular. The remains used to make a Ghost Fence, the more powerful the fence is. The more remains used to make a Ghost Fence, the more powerful the fence is. And the most powerful mortals in life have the most powerful remains. The great Ghost Fence created by the Tribunal to hold the Blight incorporates the bones of many heroes of the temple and of the house Indoril and Redoran, who dedicated their spirits to the temple and clan as their surrogate families. The Ghost Fence also contains bones taken from the catacombs, Necrom, and many battlefields of Morrowind. The Mortal Chill. Spirits do not like to visit the mortal world, and they do so only out of duty and obligation. Spirits tell us that the other world is more pleasant, or at least more comfortable for spirits than our real world, which is cold, bitter, and full of pain and loss. Mad spirits. Spirits that are forced to remain in our world against their will may become mad spirits or ghosts. Some spirits are bound to this world because of some terrible circumstances of their death, or because of some powerful emotional bond to a person, place, or thing. These are called hauntings. Some spirits are captured and bound to enchanted items by a wizard. If the binding is involuntary, the spirit usually goes mad. A willing spirit may or may not retain its sanity, depending on the strength of the spirit and the wisdom of the enchanter. Some spirits are bound against their wills to protect family shrines. This unpleasant fate is reserved for those who have not served the family faithfully in life. Dutiful and honorable ancestral spirits often aid in the capture and binding of wayward spirits. These spirits usually go mad and make terrifying guardians. They are ritually prevented from harming mortals of their clans, but that does not necessarily discourage them from mischievous or peevish behavior. They are exceedingly dangerous for intruders. At the same time, if an intruder can penetrate the spirit's madness and play upon the spirit's resentment for his own clan, the angry spirit may be manipulated. Oblivion. The existence of Oblivion is acknowledged in all Tamriel cultures, and there is little agreement on the nature of that outer world other than that it is a place where the Aedra and Daedra live, and that communication and travel are possible between this world and Oblivion through magic and ritual. The Dunmer do not emphasize the distinction between this world and Oblivion, so do the human cultures of Tamriel. They regard our world and the other world as a whole, with many paths from one end to the other rather than two separate worlds of different natures with distinct borders. This philosophical viewpoint may account for the greater affinity of elves for magic and its practices. Foreign views of Dunmeri ancestor worship and spirit magic. Alright, I'm gonna get a sip here. The Altmeri and Bosmeri cultures also venerate their ancestors, but only by respecting the orderly and blissful passage of these spirits from this world to the next. That is, Wood Elves and High Elves believe it is cruel and unnatural to encourage the spirits of the dead to linger in our world. Even more grotesque and repugnant is the display of bodily remains of ancestors in ghost fences and ash pits. The presentation of finger bones in a family shrine, for example, is sacrilegious to the Bosmer, who eat their dead, and the barbaric to the Altmer, who inter their dead. The human cultures of Tamriel are ignorant and fearful of dark elves and their culture, considering them to be inhuman and evil, like orcs and Argonians, but more sophisticated. The human populations of Tamriel associate Dunmeri ancestor worship and spirit magic with necromancy. In fact, the association of the dark elves with necromancy is at least partially responsible for the dark reputation of Dunmer throughout Tamriel. This is generally an ignorant misconception. For necromancy outside the acceptable clan rituals is a most abhorrent abomination in the eyes of the Dunmer. The Dark Elves would never think of participating in sorcerer's necromancy upon any Dark Elf or upon the remains of any elf. However, Dark Elves consider the human and orcish races to be little more than animals. There is no injunction against necromancy upon such remains or on the remains of any animal, bird, or insect. Imperial policy officially recognizes the practices of Dunmeri ancestor veneration and spirit magic as a religion and protects their freedom to pursue such practices so long as they do not threaten the security of the Empire. Privately, most Imperial officers and traders believe Dark Elf ancestor worship to be in displays of remains that are barbaric or even necromantic. Telvanni necromancy. The Telvanni are adept masters of necromancy. They do not, however, practice necromancy upon the remains of dark elves. Sane Telvanni regard such practices as with loathing and righteous anger. They do practice necromancy upon the remains of animals and upon the remains of humans, orcs, and Argonians, who are technically no more than animals in Morrowind. Publisher's note. This book was written by an unknown scholar as a guide for foreign visitors to Morrowind shortly after the armistice was signed. Many of these practices have since fallen into disfavor. The most obvious changes are those regarding the practice of necromancy and the Great Ghost Fence. Dunmer today regard necromancy upon any of the accepted races as an abomination. The Ghost Fence has forced many changes in the practice of ancestor worship, with the vast majority of ancestors' remains going to strengthen the Great Ghost Fence around the mountain of Dagoth-Ur. There are very few clan Ghost Fences in Morrowind. The temple discourages such practices among the houses as selfish. The upkeep of family tombs and private waiting doors has also fallen into disfavor, as very few remains have been buried in these tombs and shrines since the armistice. In recent years, most Dunmer venerate a small portion of their ancestors' remains kept at a local temple. See, that's neat. I'm very happy I read that. I didn't know anything about that. So the Dunmer used to think very, very poorly of the other races, and I mean, at least Telvanni probably still does. Yeah, so I didn't know that. That's very neat. Steel spear. Mine's iron, isn't it? Yeah. Steel would be nice. Alright, I'm not going to read this. There's plenty of these books. And it's not important right now. Ulwayan. You're new to Seydanine, right? I'm Ulwayan. I'm sure you have questions. Go ahead, ask. I have plenty of time. Who are you? I'm Ulwayan, Master at Arms and Spearman of the Imperial Legion. Oh, you do spear, huh? No, you don't. You're a liar. What's your trade? I'm a Master at Arms. I'm a Master at Arms, all basic weapon styles. Long blades, short blades, axes, blunt weapons, and spears. I'm willing to train with weapons for a fee. Little secret. Daedra, you know what they are, right? Well, Daedric shrines are where Daedra cults worship Daedra. Bad people summon bad Daedra. Stay away from them. Why? Because Daedra are nasty, and the folks that worship them are even nastier. A little advice. Don't expect the natives to take you right away. Colonists like us, outlanders, settlers from other provinces, will be more open and friendly at the start. Then maybe when you do a few things, get your name around, gain a reputation, the locals will open up a little. Stick to your own kind for a start, and it will go a little easier. Very, very interesting. Ashy.
Hurry this up, will you?
Hurry this up, will you? That's what you sound like. Look at him, he's got little horns. That's what, a lot of people don't know is the Bosmer. I mean, one, they're supposed to be incredibly short and they have horns. Which is neat. Not all of them, but some of them do. So, okay, I'm going to quick save. If I... Oh, okay, so that means I'm hidden. What's in here? Imperial Longsword. Chain Caress. Yes, nobody knew I did that. Alright.
Anytime now.
Dang it. I want to get that spear. I want it to be mine! Anyways, let's get back on the road. Ah, some nice more water. Nice, more water, some nice more water. Alright, so if I pick this stuff up again, you're not going to be like, hey, you violated the law. I see with those drugs. No.
Go ahead, stranger.
Let's double check. Okay, yeah, no. Let's keep going. So northwest is where we need to go, so I'm assuming it's that way. Yep. That's cool, I didn't know about that building. Muck sponge, there's a little dungeon here. Let's check it out. Ancestor Tomb? Yeah. Andrano Ancestral Tomb. Ugh. I think I failed. Dead Dunmer. Kind of war axe. Common pants, common shirt, common shoes. Ugh. Nice. Ectoplasm. Urns. Common amulet. Oh well, I'll put it on. It doesn't got anything on it. Airbrush. St. Veloth. I'm gonna game it a little bit because these guys are no fun. Get that down there. Sell that. He didn't hit me at all, did he? No. Nice. Some healing going on. Just gonna walk through the rest of this. But yeah, no, I really like all the lore that they have in Morrowind. It's really neat, and a lot of writing went into it, which, I mean, I think that has the caveat of there's no voice actors. Boo-hoo. I gotta make the voices myself. That was something I always found really interesting too, is I was thinking about it the other day, and when it comes to voice actors, at least from what I understand, is I've dabbled in it a little bit, and I have a few friends in real life who voice act, is that the industry is very, very difficult to get into. And it's very strange because, I mean, at least from my point of view, is I would gladly voice act for free for a company like Bethesda just to get my name out there and just to have fun. I mean, I think it's fun. It's not a chore or anything like that. Ow. Yeah, I think it's fun to do. I don't mind it. Yeah, so I think it would be pretty neat But yeah, because so like for a game like this, for example, it has really good writing, partially because of the fact that nobody could really, I mean, because they didn't have a lot of voice actors, so they introduced this strange dialogue system, which I actually kind of like. What do we got down here? So they introduced this the strange dialogue system that they have in here. It adds a lot more context and a lot more understanding for characters and depth. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. What a battle axe! Oh, that's worth some money. Journeyman's Hander. How much do these weigh? Like £3 each. Yeah, so it's. But the strange thing is I feel like a lot of people would like to voice act. They'd be willing to voice act for a company like Bethesda for dirt cheap, just to, you know, have the namesake of, hey, I acted for Bethesda, voice actor for Bethesda. Isn't that cool? MULE heart. All these gems. I'm gonna quick save. Yeah, quick save. So I mean, with like the new Elder Scrolls games, new Elder Scrolls games, but I mean with a lot of Bethesda's newer games, like people complain about they're not really being good writers, which I agree with. They are not very good writers. Okay, let's focus on this. Spear back out. I gotta heal. I feel like a lot of people would be very welcome to the prospect of voice acting for a AAA studio, just for the fact of voice acting. At least that's my view. I don't know too much about voice acting. These people's opinions, so I don't want to speak for them, of course. But I just feel like a lot of people share that sentiment. Because, I mean, it'll help them get their name out there. And they don't want to work bad hours or anything. They just want to be able to contribute to, you know, partial roles that only have a few lines. Because you think about Skyrim and you think about the traders. You think about the traders in the game. Let's get a sneak attack here. No! See, how much is this stuff worth? Mesh leather. Yeah, but you think about Skyrim and you think about what's his name? Dude. Alright, I'm gonna quick save real quick. I'm gonna read this book and I'm gonna continue that rant. Holiness of Blessed Almalexia. How many pages is this? Okay, 2. Alright, I'm gonna read this book. If you want to skip forward, you already know, go ahead, but let's learn about a little bit of Almalexia. Sothasil and the Scribs. So young Sothasil, while playing in the egg mine, saw a number of scribs in a deep shaft, and he began to cast stones upon them, snickering as they skittered and scattered, until one of the little scribs, lifting its head up in agony, cried out to Sothasil, "Please, please have mercy, little boy, for what is sport to you is suffering and death to us." And so Sothasil discovered that the idol of amusements is one of what the hell? Okay, let's try that again. And so Sothasil discovered that the idol of amusements of one may be the solemn tortures of another. Lord Vivek and the contentious beast. A Shalk and a Kaguti were strutting back and forth in a fayada, casting aspirations of one another's looks. "You are the ugliest creature alive," the Shalk told the Kaguti. "No, you are the ugliest creature alive." I read that poorly, but let's give that one more shot. "No, you are the ugliest creature alive," the Kaguti told the Shalk, for each thought himself most handsome, and the other most ugly. The Lord Vivek chanced by this and settled their dispute. "No, you both are the ugliest creatures alive, and I will not have my pleasant sojourn spoiled by your unseemly squabbling," So he dealt them both mighty blows, shattering their skulls and silencing their argument, and went merrily upon his way. And thus Lord Vivec proved that ugliness is much in one's manners as in one's appearance. My lord. The boiled Kaguti. It is said that if a Kaguti steps into a boiling pool, he will leap out immediately to avoid harm. But if the Kaguti is standing in a pool and a wizard slowly raises the temperature measure by measure to boiling, the Kaguti will calmly stand in place until he is boiled. Thus, we see that we must be alert not only to the obvious danger, but also to the subtle degrees by which change may result in danger. The dubious healer. Once upon a time, Telvanni issued forth from his tower and proclaimed to all the world that he was a mighty and learned healer, master of all alchemy and potions, and able to cure all diseases. Lord Vivec looked upon this wizard and listened to his boasting, then asked him, "How can you pretend to prescribe for others the cure to all diseases when you are unable to cure yourself of your own manifest arrogance and foolishness?" Damn. The Gwar and the Mudcrabs. The Gwar were so tormented by the other creatures they did not know where to go. As soon as they saw a single beast approach them, off they dashed in terror. One day they saw a pack of Nyxhounds ranging about, and in a desperate panic all the Gwar scuttled off towards the sea, determined to drown themselves rather than live in such a continual state of fear. But just as they got near the shoreline, a colony of mudcrabs, frightened in their turn by the approach of the Gwar, scuttled off and threw themselves in the water. "Truly," said one of the Gwar, "things are not so bad as they seem, for there is always someone worse off than you." The Wounded Nech. A Wounded Nech lay himself down in a quiet corner of his feeding ground. His healthy companions came in great numbers to inquire about his health, yet each one helped himself to a share of the fodder which had been placed there for his use, so that the poor Nech died, not from his wounds, but from the greed and carelessness of erstwhile friends. And so it is clear that thoughtless companions may bring more harm than help. That's kind of neat. I'll take it. Are these supposed to be stools that are just really flat on the ground? That's neat. If I look at the map, there's more stuff this way, is there? Interesting. Oh yeah, I missed it. Keep my distance from those guys. I got more reach than him. Kite and longsword. That longsword is pretty cool. Iron war axe. How's my spear doing? Repair hammer. Repair prongs. Simplest of the tools capable of repairing. Oh, okay, I see. Do I click that? I'll use the repair hammer. Neat. Okay, so that's how that works. Sell that bow. Did I never get around to selling the arrows? No, I just don't pick up the arrows. Why should I? Yeah, I was talking about the sort of a reaction towards voice actors. And I feel like a game like this, I mean, of course, pretty sure everybody would agree that voice acting is a great part of video games, and you know, I love seeing voice acting. There's debate about the main character in role-playing games, because sometimes you like to voice them yourselves. At least that's what the main consensus is I've heard from the world of players. Okay, so this door. So I have probe. I'm gonna quick save just because I don't know how these doors work. Heal a little bit. That's a shield. Chance to disarm it is 0. Okay, do I? No. There's some stuff I need to get rid of. There's gonna be a little basket down here. Oh, that's. And we're gonna put the fishing pole in the basket. Yeah! Sticking straight up. Let's see how this works. Lock too complex. Lockpick failed. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Okay, yeah, so telekinesis, from what I've seen, can help with that. You can open things from afar or activate them, and you won't get hurt by the spell. But let's select that. Let's sit here and just regen our fatigue, and this will slowly get easier as we go. Awesome. Yeah, let's get that spear back in. Amateur. Got Longblade. Ashlander Shield. Ooh. Iron Helm's worth a decent amount. Ancestors. Dunmer. Yeah, I've already taken a look at that. Yeah, I did. Cool. Journeyman's Mortar. That's nice. Yeah, so when it comes to voice acting, right, I think most people would agree that voice acting really improves the experience of a video game. Yeah, let's get this silver blade out. Yeah, most people would agree that voice acting really improves the experience of a video game. Of course, mind you, good voice acting, but there's a lot of really good voice actors out there that just need to get heard, and they aren't able to get heard because of the situation they're in. Those guys are very scary. They apply a very bad spell. Yeah, a lot of people would like to just get into the field, and there's a lot of really good voice actors out there that just don't have a voice. Is that a daikatana? Ooh, silver katana. I like that much more than the silver claymore. Got more HP, does less damage, has less reach. It's got faster speed. Oh, I like katanas. I know, whatever. A master lockpick. A common amulet. Take all that. What's he got? Wooden staff, toxic cloud. Poison staff. How heavy is it? 4 pounds. 950 gold. Wow. Okay, I might need to turn the difficulty up. Because I say that and I immediately die. There's 36 lessons in the back. Yeah, so I know about the 36 lessons. I know that there's a whole I killed Nerevar, we killed Nerevar thing in it, or whatever. And the 36 lessons. He talks about it, he confesses to it, but nobody has went through the riddle yet. Dagger of Judgment. Skull of what's the skull there? Fire burst. Yes, I will take everything. Let's just make sure I got everything here. Looks like I did. Alright, well that was a pretty fun dungeon. I'm gonna make my way back up to the trading post. Just get rid of some of my stuff. Or I could go up to Pelagiad and see if there's another person there, but I think I just want to check out the other trading post too. But yeah, so with the voice actors, you know, I just feel like a lot of people would like to have that opportunity. I know I certainly would, you know, to have the chance to voice act for these huge games. I mean, at least in games like Red Dead Redemption, for example, they have a good amount of characters, and all the characters seem to be fairly varied in their voices. But it's just those extra voices, you know, that make up the average, you know, the side characters that are important, or just the AI around. You know, there's just that voice there on them. It adds so much more to the surrounding area, because if you start hearing things like Skyrim has a really bad issue with the I forget exactly his name, but you know, the main trader in Winterhold, Windhelm, the main city. You know what I'm talking about. and the first one that you get to, not Riverville, or River Run. Where am I going? River Run. But you hear him talk, and it's like, oh, this is an interesting voice. And he goes, "Welcome, travelers. Let's see our trails. Let me see your wares. I'll give you a mighty good deal on that." It's like, oh, it's the Bretons. They're very mercantile and speechcrafty. Cool. And then you move on, and the beggar down the street is the same voice actor. And then you move on, and Mercer, one of the main, the leader of the Thieves Guild, is the same voice actor. And you're like, oh, Not that that's bad or anything on the voice actor. The voice actor is an amazing voice actor. I really like him. He really makes those characters. But it's just that repetition of his specific voice that gets to be like, oh lord. Let's hear some other people, please. Alright, let's give you some stuff. You again. Yes, me again. There's something wrong with that. Get rid of the staff. It'll be 292 for that. Silver dagger. Silver claymore. Nordic battle axe. Iron helm. I don't want any heavy armor. John helm. Feather potion sounds good. I don't think I need restore luck at all. Let's see, what else do I have? Scroll of Hellfire. Burst fire. Fire damage 10 to 40. Okay, so I could like cast that and cast that immediately after and just murk some people. Let's sell some gems. Actually, let's keep the pearl. That's my pearl. We're gonna do rubies, ectoplasm, fire salt I'll keep, a bit of ghoul heart, Kepler. I don't know what's useful at all. Does she have any Olympics or anything? I'm making some potions. No, I don't see anything. What about a light armor helmet? I don't think she has any, right? No. That's... Oh, I mean, the Marsian is light armor, but... yeah. Alright, let's see if I can squeeze... 50. Nice. Very good, very good. Just a little tomb raining, you know, just desecrating some family crypts. Move along. Let's go check out this dude over here. And got a quick save there, but that's just in case I die. But if we go talk to him, we go talk to him. If he tries to kill us, he tries to kill us. If we die, we die. We're gonna keep going over there and keep talking to him. Hey. How you doing? How you doing? Yes, Lilendo. Greetings, my friend. It is I, Nils Lilendo. Nils Lilendo. Ah, I see you have heard of me. I am not surprised. No, do not tremble in fear. Nils Lilendo is a miserable man. Hardly the cutthroat someone make me ought to be. I offer you a fair and healthy proposition. A very simple proposition, actually. You give me 50 septims, and in return you will be allowed to continue safely on your journey. Nils Lilendo will give you his word as a gentleman that once our transaction has taken place, you have nothing to fear from me. Never! Never! Ow. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's what I thought. She slides so far. It's gonna be hard to cast this spell because I have next to no fatigue. That's how little sense that makes. It makes sense, don't worry about it. My character's tired, he can't use any spells. Okay, what's he got? Nice little fire dagger. 1 more armor. I'll sell that back at the merchant up there. Exquisite shirt and expensive pants. I will gladly wear those. And some gold. can't move them. That was fun. I killed my first highwayman. I think I had a dream once where I like was playing this game and whatever I saw in this world was that oh, what am I trying to say? There's some people around. I was walking around. Highwayman. Yeah, there I am. I was outside of Satanin, at least you know what my brain thought Satanin would look like. I hadn't even played the game yet. I've maybe seen like a few clips of it. I heard of it, and saw Satanin. And I was out there, and there was a highwayman like in the middle of the woods, and he was like, "I die," and he did so much damage, and you just started off so weak, and you couldn't do anything, and it was horrendous. Yes, that is correct. Sorry, madam. I do not have any illegal goods on me. I do not know what you mean. Where's my skooma? There's my skooma. There's my moon sugar. I don't know why I'm holding on to it, but no, I figured I might. Yes. Let me deal with you a bit more. Want this dagger? Take this dagger. Silver katana. You want these shirts? Take these shirts. Exquisite shoes. I should probably just get rid of them for now. There's the armor. Hashlander shield. I don't believe I can use... Oh. I think that was everything I got off of him of worth. Oh, I see. So if I put this shield on... Yeah, no, I could use a one-handed katana. I'd be like, "Whirr." How do you block? Well, it doesn't matter. That was a very nice shield, though. Ashlander shield. Let's get this iron spear back on. Get this iron spear back on. And let's just sell her the shield real quick. Take this shield. I do not need it anymore.
Anytime now.
Little man. Yeah. Okay. And I did not realize how quickly time flies, but I think we're going to get up through Pelagiad, and I'll talk to some people there, and it's raining, and I think we'll call the episode there. Running up on 43 minutes I got right now. Yeah. Let's see how it is up here. Store personality. Open up the local map. Let's see all these places. The watchtower. Central team. Yeah, I'd rather like that. Move this down a little bit. I know, messing with the inventory while I'm playing. We only have so much time left together. Now let's check it out. Pelagiad. We got Caldera, Balmora, Vivek, Evanhart, Satanin, Balrog, Armach, Pelagiad. And we got a tower right here. Pelagiad Guard Tower. What do you got in here? An Imperial Dagger. Cormags. Restores health. You guys have a spear here too? Oh. very damaged. All these are very damaged. It's almost like you use them. Imagine that. You imagine the thought. Alright, what's up with you? Okay. Same as always. I'm part of the Imperial Legion. Yes, also, let me know too if I need to bring some candles around, because you can actually hold them out, like any sort of glowing object, illuminated object. You can hold it and be able to use it. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, I can see so much. So I think that's Vivek over there. We got possibly moon moth. Moon moths? Maybe. Maybe that's moon moth. And somewhere in the there's red mountain, I believe. Yeah, let me know if the caves are too dark. I can see back in that eye. It looks fine for me. I think it's fine, but some people can't figure out gamma on their monitors. Or maybe the video gets messed up. It's not your fault, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways.
Who comes to the Starbolt, rulers?
Oh, well, who are you?
I do not like to talk about my past, but something tells me you're not like any other servant of death I ever met. So I'll let you hear my story. I was born here when this was just a village of a few shacks. When I was 10, this place was overrun by Imperials who murdered my parents and burnt the old wood houses down. Yet one of the soldiers, a young Bosmer by the name of Mugroth, was compassionate towards the poor kid who lost his family and took him to Cyrodiil. After 2 years, Murtius died, and I was left with nothing but misery. Having no money or possessions, all I could do was enlist in the Legion, like everyone did back then. There I found my true destiny. Like all of us, I served a purpose. That purpose was killing people. I brought death to many men in Mer, much more than you probably ever will. I enjoyed seeing their glassy eyes stare at me as I walked on their corpses, their mouths still open with final words they would never say, their blood staining the soil red. Those were the days of my glory. I was feared by enemies and allies alike. Soldiers under my command were afraid to talk, and were some of the most disciplined through the whole western region. But nothing continues forever, and one day I had to experience anew the misery I tasted once before. I was holding defense of a huge fort, entirely under my command, and suddenly a huge throng of dark-armored warriors attacked. It was a perfect ambush. None of my scouts had seen them. The clash was grand. Limbs and gore flew around the battlefield, and the screams of the dying pierced the air time and time again. We were almost finished with them when one of the warriors lifted the visor that was attached to his helm. Yeah? Beneath it was a bear skull, a pair of holes instead of eyes. Stared us down. Most of my soldiers fled in fear. I was left alone against the remains of the Dark Army. It was then that I understood the power of death, and only then did I reach the peak of my power. I did not die there, but my survival was costly. A spell from one of the undead warriors hit me, leaving my eyes blind forever.
Is that why you're facing the wrong way?
Before long, I had been dubbed as an old, weak veteran with nothing left to do in my life, so I returned to my long-forgotten home to find one worthy of continuing what I could not.
Damn. That's pretty intense, my guy. Servant of death.
That is who all of us are. Many do not like to be called so, but they can't escape the truth. We all come to life and fade, taking others with us. That is the purpose we serve, nothing more.
I'm gonna drink some water. It's a kind of a hard voice to do.
You have come to the right place, Dark Elf. For nobody on this land has more knowledge in the sphere than I do. Almost everyone fails to appreciate death. We are all meant to die, and our lives is just a way to prepare for that. Have you ever seen a battlefield when it's still fresh? I do not think so. If you ever see it, however, take your time to look into the eyes of the dead. There you can find the answers to many of the questions, including the meaning of life and death. You might have killed hundreds, maybe even thousands of foes, but your killing is meaningless because you do not enjoy their deaths. You might enjoy the feeling that you were able to kill this Dremora, but you are happy only because you feel powerful, not because of its death.
Dang, dude. That is intense. Pretty crazy. I like it though. We're not needing any services, Dark Elves. I've reached this damage. Yeah, 20 years left in his life. And if he was 10 when the Imperial army was invading, that was 400 years ago. This man is old as hell. I'm imagining my character's around like 40 in Dunmer years. Like, I mean, he's not a 40-year-old human, of course, but he's like pretty young. He's experienced a thing or two, but pretty young compared to the amount of knowledge these guys have. What about Pelagiad?
I have known this place before the Imperial invasion. There's no more than a few shacks and a graveyard. Yes, a graveyard. Poor Dunmer like me could not afford to build tombs, and burning so many bodies was frowned upon. Because of that, graveyards were common, especially as tribal skirmishes were frequent then. There were enough dead to keep graveyards filled. We, Dunmer, among of all Tamriel's races, are the closest to understanding the meaning of death. You can read it on our faces, as I did before I was blind. That is why we are constantly in high spirits, like those Imperial beasts. I am not the first Dunmer to understand the power and meaning of death. Many before me did. Most of them are now ash. Life is utter exhaustion. It is only natural of a man or mer to wish for death.
Anything happening? Advice?
Step delicately. If you think thoroughly, you will understand that the soil is made of bodies, decaying bodies eaten slowly by the worms and bugs, decayed bodies of our ancestors, and you do not want to step on them, do you? The dead don't take that kind of treatment lightly.
I think my Lirreno would be very, very interested in this man. Very honored to be in his presence. Anyways, thank you, Dralish-Gilu. I will take your words
And apply them to my life.
Very fair-skinned.
Beyond measure, Outlander.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
I can't do it. SorcererDave, guy who inspired me to make the series, is very, very good at doing a Dunmer impression. I don't know if he knows this. Probably does, but he does a very, very good job with it. Warrant. Warrant for Harold Twofingers. A Nord known as Harold Twofingers has been reported for the murder of Imperial tax collector in Caldera. He was last seen here in the area around Pelagiad. Take great care if you are traveling on your own. Stick to the big roads leading in and out of our town. Emperor. Grief, Sejoma, Mazde. What do they got? You guys got beds? No? That's what I thought. Yakum Hershashishi.
What, Yakum, me? Speak, Ashland. Not speak so good, elf. Sorry? The hunt is life for Ashlanders. I leave the waste the ash, but still hunt. Gold is good, but gems are better. Yet all riches are my prey now.
Ashlanders.
We are the people of the waste. We hunt and herd guar. We live the law and honor of the ancestors. No houses, just yurts. I was a herder, and now I want to become and I want to be rich like a great trader. I will live in a town, fight, find treasure, get rich, learn to trade. The soul sickness and blight storms are very bad now in the Ashlands, so I came to Pelagiad. Now I live in a big house and work for men who pay gold.
Soul sickness.
There's a bad magic in the dust from the Red Masses. The Sharmat Dagoth the Gur sends us bad dreams in the dust. The people can't sleep. Act crazy. When the blight storms come, saltiness and sickness comes. Both together. When I lived in the Ashlands, I got no sleep, but had bad dreams, was all the time tired. Now that I'm here in Pelagiad, I sleep fine.
Blight storms? What the hell's a blight storm?
There's bad magic in the dust from Mad Mountain. The grass dies, the Quama and Guar go mad, bite and fight. These are very hard times for the tribes, so the tribes go raiding. Here there is no blight, and I live in a big house and get rich and soft like a fat trader.
Yeah, you seem like you have it all figured out.
Sarah.
Kuthar sent you some trifling gift you're discussing offer. Tell him that I'm not interested. Kuthar. He's got audacity to address me. The man has no sense of station in life. Kuthar may be as strong as a Guar, but also smells like one. Oh, Lord. Knows Lando. I confess I used to look forward to his visits, but I haven't seen him in the town for some time. I suppose I will not be surprised such a man he is. Very undependable. Uh-oh.
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
I can help. You want something?
Anasi listens, Anasi hears.
What's your background?
Anasi does nothing important.
Pelagiad.
The Empire built a little fort here to guard the roads between Vivek, Sedanin, Belmora, and points north. And then some veterans took their mustering out pay and built themselves some little farms here. And pretty soon, there's a few shops, a mage's guild in a treehouse. It's a pleasant little village if you don't know better. You'd think we were in Daggerfall, some high rock town.
What's your trade?
Anazi is a monk, in mind and spirit. Anazi is a student of the hidden mysteries of the unseen world. In body, Anazi is a student of the ancient martial arts, the rain of sand style of home. When Anazi must defend himself, Anazi wears clan close and wears no armor. Because what a Sansi does not have, a Sansi cannot lose.
Offer any training?
No, Sansi does not train because you do not belong to. But Anasi must not say what you do not belong to.
You part of the
Yeah, maybe, guys.
Anyways. Melos
There
on
is
Mar.
someone watching me. I can tell.
Welcome to Pelagiad.
Welcome to Pelagiad, Lirreno Randevi. Do not despair. Some of us in this town still have manners. Glances toward Truless and Ramazan. It's not often you can meet a Herodon who serves the public. She's not one, I can tell you that. Never in my life met anyone like her.
Oh, are you the guy who's hitting on her? Oh, Lord. It better not be who she's talking about, that dude.
Strange.
Alright. Amaranth. Food or beds, or both at the same time. Haha, your choice. What type of beds do you have? Ah, of course. What do you... 10 gold. Oh, thank you. Already asked that. I guess you'd rather sleep with your head on a rock. Okay. Ugh.
This better be important.
Alright, what you got? Got drinks, potions, all the fun stuff. Oh, dang, she takes those. Nice, nice. Trauma root. Scales, restore fatigue, training power, training speed, training power. Wait, no, I want to keep the plumes. Oh no, I'm gonna do that. And just got Solaris. Oops. I think I have to offer it. I want to do the Pilgrim's Path. And there's salts. Crab meat. Sorry if I was talking a little bit quiet there. I didn't realize I was talking into my hand. Chokeweed. Nothing. That's what I thought. Thieves Guild. Thieves Guild. Well, yes, folks say they have a guild, like weavers and mages. Oh, might be that some of my patrons are foul to the law. That's not my business. How is it?
Yes, friend.
What was that?
Thanks. You Imperial? I think you're Imperial. So you're
What's
telling
this
me
about?
you're part of the Thieves Guild, huh? Fortis. Go away.
What makes
now.
this smell?
What makes this smell? Are you being racist? But she's being racist. Yeah, she's being racist, isn't she? Heather. Alright. Okay, we're coming up in just an hour here. The storeroom's down there. You cannot see me. I do not know what you are talking about. Where's the door? There's the door. Alright. Well, let's keep exploring Pelagiad a little bit. Kunthar. Goodbye.
Come on then. Say something or move on.
Hey, who are you? My name is Kunthar. I'm a barbarian, but don't worry. I'm not going on a rampage. Well, not today anyway. Just kidding. Hey, don't look so worried. I was just playing with you. So what can I do for you? I know the folks around here, but if you're looking for someone in particular. He's got to tell someone to apologize to the girl. Give the money back. He knows what I mean. Oh, she was never born. Hired help? Nope. Bye-bye. I'll be happy to help you, stranger. I'm Julalian. People are fairly friendly here in Pelagiad. You got travel. Take me all around, huh? Bye-bye. Huh? That's a bit strange. There's an armorer here. What do you have, my good sir? What? Lost your way to the tavern and to get sauced? Looks like a courtesan to lighten your pores. Keen on Vivek? What? Out with it! Who are you? Bah! I'm just an old Mer. Born that way, I suppose. Now leave me to my books and my forge. House Lalu? House Lalu is an outlander's best bet for a compassionate house. All the others are rife with racism and bloody ashskins. They hate everybody. Maybe they just want their land back. I'm just saying. Alright. Repair stuff, huh? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Got any swords? I need a helmet. Oh, do they all have helm in the name? Yeah. Got the Nordic one. It's pretty damaged. Heavy. Light. Why is that the only one that's damaged? Incredibly rude, my guy. Alright. Thank you. Please come again. And can you repair that? Thank you. Alright. Any secrets? Maybe a circular's operating here. If you suspicious to have any proof of legal behavior, I mentioned it.
I haven't seen that before.
Let's get this helmet on. It looks so dorky. I don't like it, but it's part of the armor, I guess. No! You know what? I can fare by myself. Take this stinking helmet back. Give me some more money for it. Give me some more money for it. That's how much it cost, but okay. I'm gonna ransack your upstairs then. Yes. Very interesting stuff. I know some of the stuff is used for potion making. I want to try it out, see how it works. See if I can figure out how to make some health potions. Oh, that is very locked. Got 4 greaves. Do I not have greaves on? Expensive pants. Tell me you can see me back here. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Simply must be telling a lie. You cannot see me back there. Anyways. Anything cool over here? The Guild of Mages. Maybe I would like to join the Mages Guild. The Guild of Mages provides benefits to scholars of magic and establishes laws regarding the proper use of magic. The Guild is dedicated to the collection, preservation, and distribution of magical knowledge with an emphasis on ensuring that all citizens of Tamriel benefit from this knowledge. The Guild of Mages was established on the Somerset Isle in the year 230 in the Second Era by Vanus Galerion and Rylus XII. It was later confirmed by the Guild's Act of the Pontinet Versaду Shai. Rules and procedures. Crimes against fellow members of the Guild are treated with the harshest discipline. Whether a member may regain their status in the Guild is determined by the Archmage. Membership requirements. The Guild of Mages only accepts candidates of keen intelligence and dominance will. Candidates must exhibit mastery in the great schools of magic, destruction, alteration, illusion, and mysticism. Candidates must also display practical knowledge of enchantments and alchemical process. Applications for membership. Candidates must present themselves to the steward of the Guild Hall for examination of approval. Attachment A. Guild Hall chapters in Vardenfell District, Province, and Morrowind. Chapters are established in guild-owned, freestanding guild halls in the towns of Aldrun, Balmor, and Caldera. The chapter in Sithmore is established in Wolverine Hall, under lease from the Telvanni Council. The chapter in Vivek is established in the former quarter under lease from the Tribunal Temple. Well, ain't that just neat? The Affair of Wizards. Let me read this. This is part of my character. Want to become a part of House Telvanni? Outsiders learn of the rabid isolationist and outlander-hating temperament of House Telvanni wizards often assume it would be impossible to obtain positions in service to House Telvanni. Nothing could be further from the truth. For example, since the Telvanni rigorously defend the rights to own slaves, and since they keep many Argonian and Khajiit as slaves, many Argonians and Khajiit assume they would not be accepted for service in House Telvanni. Not true. Telvanni accepts all races as candidates for memberships. And since the Telvanni are ruled by wizard lord nobles, many assume they accept only candidates of the highest intelligence and willpower. Not true. Telvanni accepts candidates of modest intelligence and willpower. It is true that advancement in Telvanni ranks depends on high intelligence and willpower, and that candidates proficient in the arts of magic, especially mysticism, conjuration, illusion, alteration, destruction, and enchanting, can expect to advance faster and higher in the ranks. But adventurers of all races and abilities who apply to Telvanni mouths at the Telvanni Council Hall in Cedrith Mora for acceptance in House Telvanni can expect a cordial welcome. Telvanni councilors do not serve on their house councils in person. Instead, they are represented by a mouth, a trusted subordinate and residents at the council hall, acting on his patrons' behalf, receiving messengers from their patrons, and casting their patrons' votes in council affairs. The truth is that House Telvanni wizard lords depend on loyal, well-paid, skilled retainers for most services. Though House Telvanni does recruit from their own lower classes, they must go outside their house to hire the craftsmen and specialists they need. And since, for political reasons, House Telvanni has chosen to reduce its reliance on Redoran mercenaries for protection and security, it has been forced to turn to Western mercenaries for guards and agents. Promotion in the ranks of House Telvanni, however, is very difficult for outsiders. Most disconcerting for some potential candidates is House Telvanni's casual acceptance of murder and assassination of rivals as a means to advancement. Those reluctant to prove their worthiness by killing off the competition, and those uncomfortable about competing in such a ruthless atmosphere, might better employ their time and efforts in the Mages Guild. So is this all just to get people to work for you? Just saying. Just saying. The eye there, we got a skull, we got some shine. Glass flask, grief. A small chest. We got a big chest. And who are you, Dramdar?
Welcome, Outlander. What brings you to Pelagiad? Can I help you find a specific place?
Can I trade with you? Nice. Calcinator. Apprentices. Maybe I should pick up some of this stuff. Okay. Actually, what potions do I have? Bargain, Feather, Flynn. Shadow. Yeah. Nice. Cool. What about Mage's Guild? Reservation. Okay. Morella. Hello, Lirreno Randevi. I'm Morella, and this is the village of Pelagiad, a little piece of the Empire right here in the heart of Dunmer East. Are you looking for someone in particular? Nope. I want to join the Mage's Guild, I believe. Please meet you, stranger. The Breton. He's a trader, deals in a bit of everything, and Ulrich knows the house and an armorer. Abel is the alchemist and has various amenities for sale. Shabak Ra, Burbug, and Angus are the smiths here in Pelagiad. Imperial Cult Shrine here has a healing altar. In Igafa, the healer sells cure potions. Ladia Florigius and Anasi are trainers. You can usually find them at the Halfway Tavern. Welcome, Outlander. What brings you to Pelagiad? Can I help you with a specific place? It's Imperial Cult. Pelagiad's Imperial Cult Shrine is in Fort Pelagiad. Okay. Got anything for sale? The real Baron Zaya. Soul gems, soul gems, soul gems. Glasses, cloth room. Plain paper. Now what scrolls do you got? Argent Glow. Tevral's Hawkshot, Tech Key. I've heard that one's pretty good. Scroll of Swift Escape. That one's funny. Touch them, make them blind and heavy. Salen's Mist Slippers. Water Walking. Scroll of Restoration. Mental Protection. Lesser Soul Stealing. Okay. Scroll of Ray Weakness. Scroll of Elemental Fury. Divine Intervention. Do I have a Divine Intervention yet? I do. Right. You guys not have a
What assistance do you need?
I want to join the Mages Guild. How do I do that? To restore health in the afflicted and wounded, combine in equal parts 2 or more of the following cheap and common ingredients: marshmallow, wick wheat, quark, bull root, and salt rice. Marshmallow. Cure common disease, grave dust, and green lichen. That is a very helpful book. You don't happen to have it, do you? No.
This scent is new.
He smells me. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. Well, I think it's good to cut it there. I think we'll check out Pelagiad in just a minute. And we'll make our way over to the wonderful, wonderful Balmora. We are on day 2, just turning into day 3. This is the end of episode 3 of our series. And I'm excited to see where we're going. Still level 1. Yes, we are. Not leveled up yet. Do not know how close we are. Oh, we need 1 more level. Nice. But yes, I will see you folks later. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it.
What was that?
Lovely having you all here. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a ton.